Oh, that's exciting. What's going on? There we go. Do 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 do. Guess who I've got with me? I've got Lou Withers with me. Hello, Lou. Are you there? Can you hear us? Hi, Sue. You can barely hear me. Oh, hang on. Let me.
Can you hear me?
See yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool.
And if I turn my volume down, hopefully that might help. Hello? Hello, Marcia. Hello. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. Lovely job. Oh, everybody's in the house.
Woohoo.
So what are you going to do today then, Lou?
Right, well, I am really, really, really proud that Sally Butler at the Relatively Thoughtful. I always get it confused because it's either Relatively Thoughtful or Thoughtful Relatively. No, it's Relatively Thoughtful. I saw one of her packs and I was just blown away, and it was the Boats for Women, which is very close to my heart. So I thought, I haven't got a clue what I'm going to make. So it's this, but it's very close to my heart due to family members being suffragettes. And this was something I made about 25 years, maybe more, based on that. And it was part of my degree. And it was a book about suffragettes. So it was like very, maybe a bit older. So yeah, it was stitched and it was all about women not having the rights to do anything, and that one of the things that you could be a mass murderer. There's you could be blind, deaf. I don't know. You could be all the things which nowadays we take for granted, but weren't. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, here we go. There can be a convict, a lunatic, something else, or a drunkard, and still have the vote, but women have none. So anyway, that's mine. So what about you? What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to use these, I think they're Aces of Darkness molds that I've already cast. So I've got those, and I've got some tags. I've got a tag I'm going to use, and lovely Decoupage Queen rice paper, and I'll probably stick some flowers on it as well, I would have thought. So
that paper was gorgeous, wasn't it, from Decoupage Queen?
Oh, it's such lovely quality. It's just amazing quality.
I was when I did, Dexter very kindly asked me to do something for him, and I absolutely adored yours, and I felt like mine was like a lot less. But when you get it,
behave.
No, but when you get it, you just have a feeling that you want to do something, and mine was just to leave it. But there again, I wish I'd have done something like yours. So when you get the papers, you sort of realise that you have an idea straight away with him. There's that sort of paper out there. You're like, oh, I could do that.
Well, they're so beautiful. It's really hard because you don't want to do too much to them, do you? It's really because they are really, really beautiful, and it would be such a shame to lose that.
It's almost sacrilege, isn't it? It's almost sacrilege. Don't touch him. Yeah, totally. I'm just looking at the bits from the kit, which is I've got some more bits and bobs. These are from I've actually bought these because I just love the idea of the women. Also, I'm a Frida woman. So yeah, and I've got some lace I found that is, I think it's as old as me, which I think will go quite nice. I don't know what's in there. I've got some in there. I don't know what's in there either, but I really did not have a plan. I've got some acetate as well, and I've got these.
Well, no, I mean that's Casual Sunday, Lou. Casual Sunday is you just go with the flow.
Right. So what do we do? Just get on with it.
Yeah, just crack
Oh,
on,
right.
and we'll
Crack
just witter away. And
Some of these papers, like, I just don't want to use them, but I have seen them before. But I just want to quickly show. You see, I've got an idea. Look at this. Do you know what I really like when they're one-sided? I don't feel like I'm losing anything. when they're not, will the king intervene? Don't let me do it. I'm a swine for blooming reading stuff and not doing that. I'll be like away with it. Like watching a
no,
reel.
you just do what you want now. Just take your time, and
Don't.
it's a kind of like, the reason we do it like this is because lots of people see the lives, and they see the lives that are all that we've planned and prepared for, and everything's ready. So it's just nice on a Sunday to show people, you know, what it's really like, how it really goes, you know. And this is kind of, you know, what we do before. That's a bit better. You can see a bit more of us there.
That's
you know, this is how it is.
They get to see it polished bit.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
polished
so
bit is certainly not where I'm at anyway. Well, it isn't. It's not polished at the moment. But I do need to go and get a blooming knife. I won't be a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You knock yourself out.
We all get bits out, and you think, oh, I won't need that. I'll be back.
No, you knock yourself out. Oh, hi, Michelle. Who else is there? Let's have a look. Oh, Linene, hi. And Dawn, hi. Oh, thanks for joining us. I really do enjoy the Sunday afternoons. Oh, hi, Monica. Good to see you. Hi, Facebook user. Hi, Corolla. Hi, Linda. There we go. A bit of a hi. Then I better get on and I've got a very sensitive pad here today, and it keeps taking my cursor all over the place, making me want to be a cursor, I tell you. Hi, Sue. So I think I'm going to choose one of these. I'm going to choose one of these aces. Oh, it's really hard to decide. I think I'm going to go for the diamond, actually. Yeah, so let's go for the diamond. So I just put some white gesso on the tag, ready to put the rice paper on.
Found it.
Well done.
And then my, what are they called? The things fell downstairs. Not me this time. Right. So what I've got is my 12 by 12, and I'm cutting them in that. I've got an idea. And I'm very taken, shall we say, with a woman called Heidi Kyle. And Heidi Kyle was the originator of most of the books that we use today. She's brilliant. You know, like the Flag book, all these different star books, they all originate from Heidi Kyle. So most of them are in the public domain as well. So she sort of said, right, well, it's free, but a lot of people have made money out of them, which is up to them, innit? But yeah, so if you want to look at different books, go and look at Heidi Kyle. She's brilliant. Right, I think I will just do box. Right.
Hi, Helen.
I'm going to just mark that there, I think. Not score it, I'm just marking.
What's that, Monica? What are those? Is that what am I gessoing now? This is the Aces of Darkness from Zuri. And they're in the shop.
Aces of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, did you forget this morning? Did you forget? Did you get? Did you get
No,
up
no,
early,
no.
later?
I was on it.
I was up right early, and then thought, oh, what happens if all my clocks don't change? So I ran around the house, and I'm asking, what's the face? What's the proper time? You know,
Yeah,
go,
she who shall not be named.
yeah, because I'll set everybody's off. And it was like checking everybody's going like, is that what time it is? Is that really the time? So, you know, being the nice person I am, decided to wake the other half up just to ask you if it was a proper time. Not a good idea.
I bet he was thrilled.
I loved every minute of it. Anyway, so I've decided what I'm going to try and do is make my own sort of style book, because some of these papers have got wonderful elements on the back, and I want it to look like there's another book, a bookbinder called Dominguez. I can't remember her first name, but she does some great the whole thing, and it was basically a concertina book, but with bits of extra. And I thought, what a great idea! But I'm going to change it up. So, and I love doing paperwork. Not many people see me do paperwork. They think I just do mixed media. I suppose this is mixed media, but I love working with papers. Just think it's the best thing in the world, because I like the idea of construction. You do as well, because you're a 3D, aren't you?
I am. I do use a lot of papers. I enjoy sort of doing my own and using other people's.
So what do you enjoy about it then?
What do I enjoy about using papers? Oh, crikey. That's
all right. Using your own. Let's make it a bit easier. Using your own in comparison to using others.
Well, it's two different things, isn't it? Because it's like when I use other people's papers, it's a bit like it's almost like a treasure trove. You know, you don't know what you're going to find, and I quite like that. It's quite exciting and seeing different elements, and
that's a good, really good answer.
You don't know what you're going to get.
I love that answer, because that's so true. Because it's like, you know what you're getting with your own stuff. Yeah, that's really true.
Well, you make your own stuff to fit what you're doing, don't you? That's you know. Whereas sometimes it can be other people's papers that inspire the projects that you do. Not that you can't inspire yourself, but you know, sometimes you'll see a collection of papers and they'll just you know, you'll just think, oh, I really want to do something with those.
That's what happened with these. I just knew I had to do something with them. I just knew it. What I've decided to do is I'm cutting it at different layers, because I want to create almost like a story, but I want to do it so that it's visible when it's stood up, so that you can view it from different angles and see different things. But I think folding the paperback will give it a bit more, body. Not that it needs it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't need it, you know, because it's really good cardstock, pretty strong stuff. But I just like the idea of, I'm playing around with ideas as well, like the idea of different levels and ages and different times, and it's almost like I suppose it could be like a time tree or a time scale.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, paper is the best. It just is, isn't it? It's sort of Sally and Monica are just saying they're just in, you know, paper. I know. I like the sound of it. I like the smell of it. I like the feel of it.
I feel totally normal now.
Just love it. Love the texture of it. Just paper. Paper, paper, paper. I'm just cleaning my brush a little bit because obviously it's got more gesso
I'm just going
on it in
to
places.
fold some of these papers, and I think. Let me see if I can get. Oh yes, we've got enough room here for another one. And I hope that when people see that you can just start with nothing, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it isn't nothing. You're starting with wonderful papers, but I just think people see that you're starting with just blank papers and because we don't see enough 12x12s out, do we? I think they've gone out of fashion, and I don't think they should be out of fashion because they're wonderful. But you've got to have it in your head to do something with them. People think, and I just think, no, let's just play.
Oh, there's a
think-
lot.
Do you think people forgot to play, Rachel? What? Do you think people have forgotten how to play?
I think it's to play. I think sometimes, life isn't easy for everybody, is it? Sometimes, and there's lots of other things that need to be done and take precedent.
Totally. Well, you know what I feel about it with my mindful moodling. That is a blatant advertisement. It wasn't meant to be, but yeah, we need this. And I also think not having a plan, because the pressure is to finish it and have a plan, whereas half the thing of learning is the journey, isn't it? So having I've decided that I put too much pressure on myself. I'm sorry, this is so enthralling at me doing this. I think doing samples is far nicer now.
Funny. Oh, I'm there. There we go.
So doing samples is a great idea because no pressure, no plans. Master your whatever you're doing. Ooh, that's a good shape. Oh, I'm keeping that. Right. All I'm going to do here is I've got some bookbinding tape, but I haven't got it with me. But I just want to see if this would look nice, and if it does, then I'm going to use this idea for them all. And that was just. Oh, I'll do it from the back. See, this is the back. So just pull that up, let that, look at that, seamless join, blooming lovely. I'm not just saying that. I got these off Sally quite a while ago now, and then everything sort of went a bit straight. I had to get a new collection done, and it was like I could have I could have just made something, but as I said to her, the papers were too good for that. I wanted to make a proper something exciting with it and not just throw it together, because they deserve it. The papers are that lovely. They deserve it. They need it.
Yeah.
Be easy, and you know what I mean, to just throw something together. Too easy to do that. But I want it deserved more. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that needs a witcher, or I could even a witching. Oh, I think that's the word, is it? Hey, it's got a great word for you.
What's that?
A great word for you.
Go on.
Horripilation.
Whattiation?
Horripilation. Horripulation.
Horripulation. What does that mean?
Goosebumps.
Oh.
Got another one as well. I've got loads of them.
I did not know that.
Yeah, absolutely. What I might do is just put a little line down and join all these together with that lace so it doesn't look a bit odd. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It gives it a little bit more of a... Do I want to, though? Defeating the object. Anyway, so Right, different height, front and back, fold, fold, fold. So let's see if I fold it that way, will we fold?
Oh, thank you, Dawn. Dawn's saying that she says, I'm going to give you a very shameful plug towards your good selves mixed media workshop. I've almost finished 2 journals. If you need some inspiration, do the workshop. Oh, that's really kind of you, Dawn. Thank you.
And do you know what? That means more than anything because it's someone who's on it, bought it, whatever, and is happy with it. Right, look at that paper there. Look at those colours. Aren't they great? Because you don't normally get a dotted paper like that. Normally papers are like dotted, they've got to be bright pink. I love these. I love them. I can't, if I go on, I'll be banging on forever with them, but I can't tell you how good they are to cut and fold. They're really nice. I'm in the element doing this. I really am. Right, just so you can see, I've got a front and a back and lots of different folds. So the art of folding is to know, right, so mine, it does look like it's coming out a little bit there, but I can chop that out. But if I show it you like that, can you see it? So it stands up both ways. So it's going to have like tags and things added into it and acetate for the top. So it's going to look like an advert or a booklet. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, hopefully it will when I just going to chop that up. Oh, if in doubt, chop it out. No, don't chop it out.
If in doubt, don't chop it out.
Yeah, I've got a swine for it. So I'm going to cut that a little bit smaller. These papers are amazing. Sally, you've done a grand job. I particularly like these dotty ones like this. I really do feel these are beautiful, especially with that grey one. Especially if we had it in more greys, like thingy of greys. And my new, oh no, I'm going to plug it shamelessly. My new collection's coming out the end of November with the lovely high lacquer, and this will be perfect, this style. So anyway, just got this thing now. Oh, before you do it, check with this. Check on a bit of paper. I went to see everybody at the, well, not everybody. It sounds like I'm the queen there, but I went. Oh, round, okay.
Did you see everybody?
No, not quite. Nearly. Oh, and I thought, right, I'm going to get. I used my old paper punch that much that it broke on.
Oh.
It broke. So I got this one from Crafty Devils. Oh, sexy. See, that just takes a little bit. Oh, right. And what's that little one? I got that little one. Oh, well, the little one that I can just carry with me. I'm not too sure about this one. Let's see. Will it take this paper or not? What's going on here? Oh, I know. Paper's not right for it, but. Oh, who did I buy that off? I'm going to get this here. Not naming and shaming, like, but. We forget our punches. Now, what's happening here is I'm not putting it in right, so let's put it in right.
Oh, I don't think you can go wrong with a good set of circle punches. And, you know, your basic shapes. I think they're very, very handy.
Well, that's all we had. We didn't have any die cutting machines. We did have, but they weren't die cutting machines per se. They were like I think most of the time we had pre-cut shapes, didn't we? We didn't really have die cuts. So punches, they were expensive, but very easy to just put on your desk.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
what I like about them.
With a quick. Just taking the edges off these, and I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers from Crafty Devils. I bought it at the show, and it's got like quite a lot of different. Can you see? I like that.
Oh, I got that one.
Have you?
Yeah, it's good.
I like the fact it's got them all together, and I don't have to faff. I don't like faffing. No, I really don't like faffing. I'm just going to whip the end. I'm wondering now. Should I whip the ends off? No, just keep it. See, I'm rushing.
No, there's no rush. There's no timer. We can be everyone's quite used to it, you know, just
My other half don't think that.
Oh, we need to get him into being creative, don't we?
No, it's my time alone.
Mind you, I don't know. I couldn't do it. I don't know how Marcia copes because I don't like sharing my.
No, I don't. Blooming heck. And
my stuff.
I don't like share because I have my work time, and I go in the office, and you go in your office.
I do.
And it's work time, and no, leave that there. You're not having any of that. I've just made it a little bit smaller. I really like that because I'm going to put the colours of the movement, and the colours were purple and green.
Oh yes, get your border punches out. You can do all sorts of interesting things with them. And they're lovely in your journals and on the bottom of tags and
tags.
Tags.
Oh, tags, yeah.
Yeah, on the bottom of tags.
Right.
Just to give a funky
We've got him. We've got to use him.
Yeah. Use them or sell them so you can get something you will use. I'm really getting into that whole philosophy of not having boxes and boxes of craft stuff that is just basically gathering dust in my craft room. I just think it's crazy.
Well, you've done really well with it.
I have done. I've had such a clear out. I can't even tell you.
I'm gonna. Well, I have done it. I did it not long ago. I managed to, and I've accumulated a lot of stuff with product that, I just think, times are rough. Times are hard. Not being. So I've got to sell some. If I could, I'd give it all away, but I can't because I actually bought it. Some of it. Stuff I bought, I'm sold. But there's still stuff now. I've managed to contact a couple of people, so that's going to charities, and
nice.
one's going to Stepping Hill. So a big carload of stuff go to Stepping Hill, where I did my CBT and stuff, and I went for pain clinic. So you can always take them there, can't you? You can always take them.
Definitely.
Right, so now
you might not have to wait as long as you think. Oh, what's that for, Sally? What don't we have to?
What am I not waiting for?
I don't know. I've just Sally said something, and I'm just wondering.
Ooh.
Do you know what that's for?
I've got some paint from Cadence now. I don't know if you know, but I've been using this a lot, and I love it. So, I've got workshops and everything planned with it, and I wouldn't. Well, I don't think it's fair. I'm not going to start singing its praises if it's rubbish. So, make your own mind up about that.
It's available in the shop as well, in Mad Archers.
Hey, has she got it? She got it.
Yeah, there's lots of Cadence products in the shop.
Cool. Cool. Very good.
Right, what?
Do you know what? I can't find a blooming paintbrush. I've got a house full of stuff here and all paintbrushes.
Are you serious?
I know. Don't. Hey, she says.
You've got your own brand of paintbrush.
Yay, I know. Right, what I've got is some colours, and I'm just going to make a little glaze. I don't want anything too heavy, so hopefully get a little bit of that. So I've got the purple. I don't want it heavy, but the nice thing with these is they've got like a glaze that you can put them with. So there's an extender and a blender, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit of the extender with it. And the reason I'm doing that is to not change the concentration, but change the transparency, because I don't want it heavy, and I don't want the paper to warp. If you put too much water on it, it will. So I'm just doing the edges, and I'm doing it quite messy because I want it to look like a border paper. You might see Steph using this with the flowers, and and David and Mel, and it's just brilliant. But if you don't want to do that, you can create your own background and papers, and it's a way of using what you've got and extending the uses, I think. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, you see, you can hardly see it, but it just needs it. I might put a little bit more on. Now, I do believe there's a little promo Sally's got on for people who want to buy these papers, which is great of her. So maybe if you have a look, I don't know what the promo is, but now this is just this. I'm trying to keep as much water off this paper as possible. Not because it won't handle it, just so I don't have to wait for it to dry. See, that's quite nice now. I like that. I'll do the other one. So I'm reading some comments. Hi, Karen. Monica, grey is an amazing colour. And it's because it's a neutral, it goes with everything. It's a bit like green. Nature. Green is everywhere. You can use green with any colour. So don't be I get a bit annoyed when I hear people say red and green or blue and green should be no, just do what you want. Do what you want. Right. I tell you what, Sally, these papers are great to paint on. They're really good. Really, really good. I'm not getting any resistance, no bumping, no. Let's take a little bit more of that off. I want to see it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm whacking camera here. I've changed the blade as well on my knife because I'm a swine for not, and that causes so many incidents. Blunt knives.
Yeah, they're more dangerous than sharp knives.
Wonderful stuff. I knew it'd do that. Okay. All right. So let's get my little book back. So I've got just let me work that up with this. I'm going to use this in a bit. It's a grey ribbon that I got off a package. So a bit in there, get a bit of purple on it for later. So, right, I know it looks shocking like that, but when I had stamping on it, it won't. So, got my little papers now. Papers are wonderful. See how the pinks and the greys go together. I'd love to make I know what, oh, this is, look at the colours on that. Look at the colours on that. Have you seen that, Rachel?
What's that? Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't that gorgeous, that colour?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't. We don't sell them in Mad Archers, though, do we?
Oh, do they not?
No, I don't think so.
We'll have to
I
maybe
don't think
ask
so.
her to maybe put them in. Maybe Leanne can get them because I think
Yeah. Hopefully.
yeah, because I think that people would love them.
But I think what you're doing would. I mean, there's a stack of other papers in the shop. There's we've got all the Stamperia ones and the newest collections.
You don't need to do exactly. You just need an idea, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a beautiful Ciao Bella they've got, and Minte, which Minte is really hard to find. And you can't find it in a lot of shops. But Leanne's got it, which is fab.
That's super. It is. I've heard that mentioned and people saying it's a writing to try and find, but that's excellent though if they've got it.
Yeah.
These are great as well. Huh. No, stop reading with us. Stop reading. Stop reading.
You're being distracted by interesting things.
I am so being distracted. I am very much annoying myself. Right, I have got stamp here. It's a Studio Light one and these are very much my go-tos. I have certain ones that I just think they're not particularly, I'm not saying that they're the best or anything, I just think add something. And I found that as well, which is fibre, and I think that'd work well with the purple. So get your bags out. Well, you know what I mean. Get your bags and stuff out and use it. Oh, and I've got these as well. I bet we all forgot these. That we've all got them and forgotten. These stains.
Oh, blimey, yes. Yeah, I've got those. Funny enough, I recently, things like that, I've sort of got out of the boxes that they were in and I put them where I can reach them so that I start using them.
Don't use them otherwise, do we?
Yeah, no.
We tend to leave them in the box and think, oh, that's fine there. And then we never, ever open the box. It's a bit like if you've got storage, something like that, storage locker. How many people? Right.
Yes, the red, the red, lumberjack red, is it? Something like that. That's the new Tim Holtz colour. It's very nice. Hi, Ellen. That's it. Lumberjack plaid. Yeah. I thought it looked quite nice.
I'd love to just sit and chat to him about his ideas because, you know, his mind's amazing.
Oh, Timmy.
Yeah, his mind's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, where did he get that idea from? Where on earth did that pop up from? Fantastic. Fantastic.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty to talk about when you catch up with your old mucker. Diane.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
Yeah, I saw her give you a shout out the last time she was on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really invigorated me now. Oh, the new direction. All of us are going really.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that all this. People don't realise how much effort and work goes into a show. I'm sure they do. Some of them. That's a bit wrong of me to say, but yeah, people like yourself, you know, Karen and Emma, and lots of other people who helped me out. There's a lot to it, so I'm very grateful. Do you know what I haven't got? Good
What have you got?
Good acetate. I've got this graphics stuff that's really good, but it's a little bit flimsy, and I'm thinking, and then lo and behold, Highlight Crafts have got it. We've got a construction one. Now, I've not seen that before, so I might be asking for a little bit of that.
A little bit more than I need. Yeah, I bet you could have some right fun with that.
Right, what I'm doing here, if people want to know, is that the sort of thing you do? Just tell people what you're doing, or just don't say out?
Yeah, no, you please,
right.
please.
Right, I didn't know whether it was just best for me to shut up or just.
No, I'm just being quiet so that you can talk.
Oh no,
that's my excuse anyway. I'm being a bit quiet this week because I'm interested in what you're doing.
Well, I'm looking at yours and thinking I'm going to stop. That's amazing.
No.
That's amazing.
No, it's not.
It blooming is.
Okay.
Blooming is. Stop. Right. I've also found this as well, which I think is a nice colour with grey. People don't often think of lime green and grey, but it looks stunning.
Yeah.
And this is just stunning for grey. It really is. You can stamp on it and all sorts. So get your old ribbons out. Get stuff out.
Oh, I love a bit of lime green and grey.
Yeah. Orange and grey. Grey's just a wonderful colour. It's just a wonderful colour. And these papers are a little bit like the decoupage ones. I don't want to do too much to them. No, it's not because I think, I don't want to. It's not. It's because I don't have to do the work, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
and then,
that makes sense.
there are other papers as well, but yeah, it's just away with them. And I like the fact. Let me just wipe that up with me. Some of the little tags in this little set, little ephemera set, I can put back to back like that. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay. Oh no, well that wouldn't be very good, would it? Upside down, you'd have woman. Even when I'm doing clean crafts, I get dirty.
Oh yeah, but that's half the fun of it, isn't it?
Should have my little cutter, but whenever I use that, you all know me saying, I think it ends up like my mum used to cut my fringe shorter and shorter on the slant. On the wall.
Yeah.
And you're like, no. And then in the end, it was like, my dad would say, right, I'll do it then instead. Too late. There's only a stub on my head left.
Lenine, I'm using Allegro paints, and I'm not sure if it's still in the shop, but in the shop you could get, there was a bit of a bargain on the Lady Vagabond set of paints, which includes this cyclamen colour. But it's a very nice set indeed.
Is it nice? Or is it
yeah, they're nice. They're nice to paint with. They are very nice to paint with. But they're Stamperia, so
you're gonna get a present soon from Diane.
And who makes the Stamperia paints, so they do a good job. They're different to the I think different chemists put together different types of paint, don't they? Because the Cadence hybrids are completely different to the Stamperia Allegros.
I think it's like I used to say, whenever you're doing a demo, you give people the ingredients, that the recipe's up to them, isn't it? And it's the same with paints and stuff. You give people, the same things, they'll still come up with different things.
Definitely.
Brilliant. Right, what I've done is I'm just going to stick the two together because I really like the idea of it being back to back over it. Do you know what? I can't believe I've got no space. It's a massive table. I took over the entire living room as I do, and I can't even move again now. Idiot. I'm a right plonker. Right, so, I need, please, that colour, walnut.
Ooh.
That is an amazing colour.
I need that in my life.
Yeah, you're going to get it as well.
Oh.
Right, so put them like that. Yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. No, shut up. Can't believe I just said that live on top.
You're all right there.
No.
I'm losing the plot.
Can't believe I just said that. Right, I'm going to try a couple of things here. I know how big, but I always forget how to use my.
Covered in it.
I always forget to use this as a proper scoreboard or cutting board.
My Facebook user agrees with you with getting messy, and he or she says that they had gesso on their face one night.
That's it. Get it. Oh, gesso on your face. I've had glitter on my bum and everything. Gesso on your face. We've all had that, haven't we? Glitter on your bum. Don't come off. Glitter on your bum.
Oh my goodness.
Chili on pom pom. Chili on pom pom. Glitter on your bum. If you haven't got a lovely bunch of coconuts, no, if you haven't got large pictures on the back, you could just put those and have a picture stamped behind it, or something like perfect. Yeah, baby, yeah. Say it at all. But I also remember Sue Smith loved her. Bye, she used to say. I loved it. I loved the stuff because it was so well finished. Tried to emulate her stuff, but I could never get it as neat.
She's just a very clever lady.
Cheers. Aye.
Okay. Oh, it's time to get waxy, I think. Oh, let's get waxy. Let's have a look.
Right, so you've got to be a bit careful with this.
What's that?
I'm not worried. I'm getting a bit forceful with me creasing, so I'm just, oh, you banana. So maybe, just lesson learned. Don't be so aggressive with your acetate. Give it a bit of respect your acetate.
Yeah. Well, look after your acetate, and your acetate will look after you.
No. Right. So this is my little ephemera. You can do this with any old pack that you've got. But I just wanted to show you how I'm going to make my sort of flag book. You call it an art book. Oh, there's a difference between an art book and an artist book. It's very interesting.
Oh, go on. What's the difference?
Well, the artist makes the book to put stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
And that's a book artist. An artist book, no, book artist book. Artist book is the person who makes it for an artist.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they're totally different. So you see, the discipline of one would be to make the book. So they would be a binder, engraver, or calligrapher, something like that. And the person who sells the book would be the artist. So yeah, and it's just a bit like doing it this way. You're covering both arenas. See, that's superb on there. No, that'll be for my next one.
Just a little bit of gold wax on there.
Doesn't that make a difference, the gold?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it does. I like to use it as a highlight as well. So it's not even, it doesn't even always have to necessarily show that much, but it just, the way it reflects the light, just.
Have you ever used paint in that way? I know you will have.
Yes. Yeah, so I like to do with, nice white paint. Mind you, I did, what was I doing? I was doing sponge with some gold watercolour the other day, and that looked quite lovely. I got to say.
That sounds amazing.
Right, I'm just using a pen to pop these little.
Oh, it works well with these inks. Absolutely. Yeah. Sally, I absolutely adore your work, your papers that you use. I love the content, but I love how nice I can make. Look at that. That no work done to it. No work. I think that's a sign of anything good. It doesn't, I'm not just trying to say it's one person that they're the best. All I'm trying to say is once you get a good product, the product just does all hard work for you, doesn't it? Do you agree?
I do agree. Right, so I'm liking the look of that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, what did you use? A playing card as a base, or was it an MDF?
It's a resin mold. It's one of the
Oh.
aces of. It's one of
No
these.
way.
One of the aces of darkness.
Wow.
And I've painted it.
I thought when you said you was going to do that, I thought that was you were going to do the card and then put that. I didn't realise it had it all like that done for you.
No, it was a mold.
Do you like resin?
Sorry?
You like resin?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm a big fan. But mind you, I like it all.
Well,
I like all the creative stuff. And if it's creative, I like it.
Do you when you do resin? Because I'm not very gemmed up on certain resins. I used to use it years ago, but it was the old get your your blooming fallout gear on resin.
Yeah.
Now, it's very different. So if I was somebody new coming to get my first lot of resin, what would you say?
I'd say get it from Mian. Get it from Mad Archers. She's very careful about the resin that she gets.
Right. So
it's all, it's as safe as it can be.
Really? Well, what else would you say?
Well, if you want to know any sort of chemical.
Yeah.
But it depends what sort of. Sorry?
That's absolutely brilliant to know, because if you're going to buy it, you need the person to know what they're talking about. So if Leanne knows all that, that's perfect.
Yeah, she does. She's really on it with her resin, and she talks to the chemist who makes the resin for the shop on a, I think fairly regular basis to make sure that it's, what she wants.
That's good. Because then
it's
that is really good.
It's unusual.
Well, yeah, you don't really think people are going to take that much care to just sell it.
Yeah.
I'm a great fan of that, because if you're going to buy it, you need to sell it. You need to know about it. That's why I'm interested in the cadence, because getting to know it. That's brilliant. What a good idea. Knowing all the talking to your chemist. It's brilliant.
No.
You don't get people often doing that, I can assure you.
What's that? Hang on. Yeah, it's very good resin, Marcia. I like it because I can't do the really quick resin because I'm slow and clumsy. And I'm not very patient for the one that takes ages.
Oh, how long does yours take then?
So, weeks. Half an hour tops. It depends on, what the heat and the humidity is. Yes. Yeah, but it's because some of it's pretty instant, and that's a nightmare when it's instant, because you have to work really quickly, and I always end up wasting resin because I just can't physically do it quickly enough.
Well, the resin I'm talking about is I use the very UVA one for Pent Art, but I also use the other one, which was like 2 days curing.
Yeah. No, the UV one's great. I love the UV one.
Half an hour.
And I like the one that takes a couple of days to cure, but it's no good when you're working on a project and you want something quickly.
Well, It's like horses for courses, isn't it, that one? Because I
Yeah.
agree with you. Certain things would be beneficial to have done that way.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
I like
certain,
it because that one's a crystal clear one, isn't it? And I
yeah,
like that because you can put lights and things in it and make it look really funky. But
yeah. I saw that what you did with the decoupage queen. Oh my goodness me, with papers, sorry, with the thing in it, and that was brilliant. I loved it. But you always put lights in; it looks brilliant.
oh, I love using lights. I just love them. Just love them. Let's have a look. How many more of these do we want?
So I hope people understand what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Sally's put the link in. Oh, it's great. There's quite a few people here. I don't know how many people are in because I don't have any numbers, but it's really good to see people here. I'm hoping that
we've got 27 people watching
Cool.
at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 27. It was 30 something, but we've gone down to 27.
Do you know? I don't know.
What you'll find on our Sundays, people dip in and out. So
Right.
because it can go on for such a long time, people will watch for a bit, go and take their dog for a walk,
Dinner,
and come back and jump back in. So it's quite nice.
Very casual. It's lovely.
Yeah. Well, it's casual Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, gosh. I just stayed in school.
Using that, I'm using the same dye I used last week. That clockwork jobby that's in the shop.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's got insides and outsides, so it's quite cool. But I'm just cutting out some Foamirun.
Now I'd love to know a bit more about this because I'm just not au fait with it, and it's not because it does not come across it, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
on the telly, I haven't used it, but I didn't even know how to say the word. Never mind use it. So
yeah, it's one I struggle with.
Have we gone? I'm still here. Are you still there? I'm not too sure what's going on, so I'm just going to carry on regardless. I don't know what happened then. I think I went off. I didn't go off. It just went quiet.
Yeah, no, I did. I dipped out, but I'm back now, and so are you. Yeah, I think it's unfortunately it's the weather.
Yeah,
it is the weather.
I thought, oh, she's got rid of me.
Yeah, no,
talking crap.
Never. You like a bad smell with?
I know. Comforted. No, your bowels are all right.
I'm back now, I hope. I hope I'm back now, Marcia.
Right, so I've got my bits. I've got my acetate, which I hope you're getting the idea of it now. It's going to be what we call a floating book. If anybody's interested, they can come onto my website. I'll give you the template for it that I've made. But yeah, please realize this can be done with anything and any papers. So I'm using these because they're wonderful. You can use anything. I'm trying to keep to relatively less is more idea. So better. So, I don't know whether lovely Rachel's here or whether I'm still on, but I'm going to carry on because I'm not the host. Then I'm not too sure whether I'm on, but I will just carry on regardless. So I've got the little tag with the lace. I think the lace needs to pop up now and again, I reckon. Oh, she's back.
Hello. Yeah, sorry people, it's just the weather. It's nothing I can do about it.
So I'm just waffling on here. So if people don't know what's happening, just turn the sound down from it. These scissors are gone. They've seen better days.
Oh. You rustling?
Oh, it's got to go on. You have to wait till
I love this little machine.
Do you like that? If I dyed that with tea.
What's that?
If I dyed that with the tea.
Oh, lovely.
Right.
Yeah, love that.
Just a bit no, it's a bit too much. No, I'll stick with that for the moment. I don't want anything to detract. But if I was having, like, I'd have to stop, come back to it, and just keep adding to it. Do you do that with projects? Stop it.
Yes, it's but I think that's it's quite a good thing to just sort of walk away sometimes and come back and do a bit more.
Absolutely. Otherwise, I just think it gets a little bit staid.
Yeah, definitely.
You get to the point where you think, I don't like that anymore. I don't like that. And then fresh eyes.
Yes, that's the word, isn't it? Fresh eyes. Right, that's
just going
right. That's those dyes there.
All right.
Right.
Lovely.
These are the outies. So
are they like the ones you go to? Are they your go-to ones?
Well, I used them last week, and I'm using them this week. I don't know. They might become a go-to. They might not. I don't know.
Right.
But at the moment, I'm enjoying them. So they can stay.
All depends on where they are, to whether you use them. If they're out on display or whatever.
Yeah, well, that does have a big deciding factor. But no, it's just I know that they're in the shop, and I know people can get hold of them as well. So it's that's a deciding factor too.
Yeah, makes total sense.
What's that?
No, looking at this, and I'm going to fill that in a minute. And I'm just looking at it because I'm working from it front to back, and normally we only work one way, don't we? To the front. But I like this because we're working back. I'm working back to front on it. So. My great grandma got arrested for damaging property. She was on hunger strike. Yeah, she was on hunger strike as well. So
love it. No, can't imagine. It's really hard for us to imagine what it must have been like.
Doesn't even bear thinking about, does it? things we take for
No,
granted.
I know. I mean, we've still got issues with pay and things like that as women, but it's really hard to just get your head around. I'm just, you'd be locked away for having hysteria.
Yeah, you would. Like this one here, it says, this is the house that man built. Yeah, there's some. I don't want to become. I don't want it to be political. I just, because it's my heritage. There's some things like you can't agree with things in the past. You can't agree what
No.
happened or what's been done. But what you can do is make sure it doesn't happen again.
Absolutely.
Just make sure that.
Oh, hello, Facebook user.
Oh, I know Blathers has got to be in there.
I don't know. We've got there's a couple of Facebook users.
Ooh.
I just don't know who they are.
Right. So I'm looking at these.
I do
now.
apologise.
Yeah, we can't see names, can we?
Yeah.
Right. So that doesn't really need acetate, but I'll put a bit on it. That does need acetate. I hope this is all making sense now. That doesn't, but I've got a sheet for it. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, so
you carry on.
Don't understand, don't worry. I'm going to cut some little pieces to make a washi tape. I'm just going to look now at putting lace on and things.
Nice.
But I might not get the lace done today, but I want to go away with something. Rather than half finished, I want it to be something that's finished until I look at it again. Right, I like that. So, right, even the ephemera, I'm using the ink on this. Rather than trying to create layers with card, which you can do, obviously, we've got some great card. I'm keeping to the same colour. And that way, I just think it's easier. It's just easier because you've got no conflict of greens or purples then, because they're all from the same place or same, paints or inks, whatever. So if you want to, it's a really good little trick to keep sort of, what's the word? Keep it cohesive.
No, it is Blathers.
I knew that. Oh, I just dipped it in my Vimto. Oh, never mind.
You can't be trusted with Vimto.
I can't. I'm dangerous with it. Dangerous with my Vimto. It blends nicely on this paper, though. Believe you me. I like that. That needs a bit of something on it. That needs something dark. Have you ever noticed, though, when you're edging something, it doesn't always become very obvious that it's edged. But when you put it on something, you realise that it couldn't do without it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. No, I do stuff like that all the time. I do that with me because I like doing lots of layers. And you don't even know, you don't even notice some of it, but you'd notice it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You would notice if it wasn't there. So I'm planning on that there with that one, that one there, that one there. Flip, flip, flip. Right. Flip, flip, flip. Let's do some borders with this.
Right. So now I need my little iron. Get that plugged in.
I love paper cutting. I was even looking at a course for paper cutting. You know, where they do the intricate paper, because I love book art. And
Oh, yeah. Stunning. I think my sister got me a little paper cutting, I don't know what you'd call it, really. Kit, yeah, that'll do. Kit, and it was amazing, really amazing, and fantastic book that went with it, and just really quite spectacular. Right,
if you go on the YouTube, I'm going to blatantly plug mine. Go to louwithers.com and you'll see all my stuff on there. And there's some absolutely amazing lessons on YouTube. And you just think, these people are crazy. How can you cut like that? But they do. They manage it. And you're like, no, it's impossible. Impossible. But yeah, I love watching people do it. It's just amazing. Right, you've got to, what does Janice say? Commit to the stick.
Yeah, I love that.
Commit to the stick. Hey, this is nice paper, this. Like watercolour. Right, anyway. Boom, 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 hit the room. Pull that back in now with the little bits of Blackpool rock. No. See, in the other one, I've got, I'll just show you what I mean. In the other one, I've built the basis of the book, but then in the book, I've got all the wording and I've got it on the machine and done the letter suffragette, and there's hat pins and little crowns and things. So that's what you can do in the end. It's like add all these little bits, and these hat pins are all original, and they just, so you bring in things that even the binding, oh, it's well falling out now. This is just parcel tape. Even the bindings, like the colours, but yeah, it all adds to it. Oh, and it's supposed to be a church kneeler, because I used to do embroidery. You know, I used to do embroidery, and it'd be like embroidery they were allowed to do, but they couldn't. They could paint flowers, but they couldn't paint flesh. It just made me laugh. Yeah, you could have babies.
Crazy, isn't it?
About, you know, having babies, so it just used to make me laugh. But yeah, it's like I say, I don't want it to become political. I just want it to be a nice arrangement of lovely papers, which is what it is.
There we are.
I like using acetate because things float.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Are you enjoying? I hope I'm making sense here, Sally. I like the fact that I'm using colours that I know, but I don't have to think about these colours now because they're already done, chosen, and you know, I haven't got a choice. It's either purple or green. So, whereas if you're choosing your own colours to match, sometimes I go over the top, as you all know, maybe hundreds of colours, and I need to sort of really control that and leaving white space. I can't do that either. I tend to have to colour it all. So it's teaching me lessons, this. There we go. See what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's nice. That. I think it just needs a tiny bit of that. Just going to rip it. Cut it. Or rip.
Well, I am just sticking my Fomarian flowers on this little iron flatbed, and then I'm sort of screwing them up as I take them off.
Hang on, because I'm doing this, I feel like I've really been rude not watching yours, but
No,
so
because no, you're doing yours and I'm doing mine.
well, I know, but I'm sort of like sat here thinking, well, what have you done? Because I need to know. So
You
you've
need to
done,
know.
yeah, I need to know what you've done because I love it. I don't do it. I've not done it, so I need to know.
Well, I'm just doing my flowers. I'm just putting them on the iron. And then once they shrink a bit and puff up, they're ready. And you just take them off while they're still warm
No way.
and screw them up.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm doing.
Hang on, let me watch. Sorry, I'll just put that there. What? So they puff up.
You won't see it so much with the leaves. It doesn't.
Oh, you
I'll show
can.
you a flower in a minute. But yeah, they sort of shrink a little bit and puff up, and that's you know that they're ready then.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can do it with hand heat, but it's obviously not as a dramatic.
yeah.
And it changes the texture.
Wow,
So
I
look,
was
if
just
you
gonna
look,
ask
you
you
see
that.
the flowers will really go now.
Oh, look. Oh, that's
Yeah.
like fantastic.
It is a
No
little
way.
bit, but it changes the texture of
And once
the.
you've done that, can you redo it or not?
Yeah, well, I'm going to shape them a bit now with ball tools and things.
Can you reheat them
So,
after that?
you
Or
should,
does it
yeah,
not
you'd
good?
get some movement with some heat, yeah. But obviously, they're only going to shrink so far, aren't they? They
Yeah.
will. They'll
I
reach
mean,
a
can
point
you
where
redo
they're
it
not
if you don't like
flickering.
it? That's what I
Sorry.
mean. Can you redo it if you don't like it?
Yeah. They've got a lot of maneuverability in them. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So you leave them puffing up, and then next minute you've got that. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I screw them up because I like the texture it gives me. Right, it's nearly done. I'll get some stamen on the go.
So is there any, when you're buying, say you want this Fomarian, what is it? Fomarian? What is it?
You've got me at it now. Fomiran.
Fomiran.
Or you can use, they do like a silk foam thing, which you can use as well. You can get, and there's, what's the other one called? There's a couple of, there's a few different brands.
Yeah.
And they're similar, but not the same.
So would you get, is there one that's best, you think, or?
No, I think you just got to try them. I think you just got to try them. And I like using all kinds of different things to make flowers. I use just paper or tea bag paper.
Right.
It's all kinds of things that you can use that are going to give you, good results. Let me get my iron out the way before I put my arm on it.
Do you need an iron though? You do need an iron.
You could do it with a heat gun, probably.
Right.
You could probably do it with a heat gun, and the heat from your hands as well will, that will do something. And when you're using a glue gun, the heat from the glue. So, there are.
I've seen some people do these flowers, and they're just like mesmerizing because they're so beautiful. You're like,
yeah, some people are amazing at doing them.
And you
I
just
wouldn't
think,
put myself in that. I'm not in that camp, but I do like making them. All right. Ball tool.
That one yet. Maybe I do. Go, go, go. Flip.
What are
Hey.
you up to? What are you up to with us?
Flip, flip, flip. I'm just putting some of these papers in like little steppers so that some are floating and some aren't.
Oh,
It'll all come together in Endale. So yeah, just trying to
nice.
get some little. I've only used 2 pieces. Can't believe I've only used 2 pieces of paper.
Oh, that's cool.
That's hardly anything, is it? 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to chop this off now. There. And that should fit there. Do it that way because that way is dodgy. I don't know where I got this from, but it's years. I think it was with Kay, the lovely Kay.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago. But it's. I think it's like a peel off. People have them, but they don't use them. Well, some people have them. Some people got rid of them all. Just don't for those people that got rid of them all. They don't come back.
Well, things come back round, don't they?
They do.
But that's no excuse for not getting rid of them.
I know.
I'm sticking to it. You've got to get rid of things because otherwise you haven't got room for new things.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Very true.
Oh, bye-bye, Monica. Bye.
Oh, got someone going.
Yeah.
Well, you said they do that, don't they? In and out.
Yeah. In and out. There we go. Let's get that.
It was.
What?
They're saying it was so relaxing watching you fluff up your flowers. When you were flower fluffing.
I am flower fluffing.
You really
oh no, have I got a little wire in here? Really open it up.
While you're flower fluffing.
Oh, I haven't, have I? Right, I just need to grab a little wire a minute. Let's get a little wire. That'll do nicely. Right, I need to just cut the end off that. Give me a pair of scissors. Come on.
I'm going to ask you a question now, and it may sound really strange, but
go on.
Do you hold your breath while you're working? Because I do.
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Strange, you know. I'm sat here like breathe, quick! You're gonna pass out.
No, sometimes I do. Depends what I'm doing.
I get carried away with it. It's terrible.
Yeah. Oh, just made myself jump with my tens machine.
Turned it up.
Yeah. It went up a bit higher than I was expecting.
Oh dear. Careful with that.
It's all good.
Dangerous. You put it on level 9 instead of level 1. Oh.
Yeah.
That's quite scary. That. Especially because people are looking at you while you're making that noise.
Yeah.
Why is she making that noise? Nothing. We're all right in a minute. Hey, do you know what? It's so rewarding
What's that?
getting rid of stuff. Look,
It is. It is. It's good. It's
I
good.
would have changed that and thought, oh, I could put all my things. No, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Do it. Do
It
it.
is. It's brilliant to get
It
rid of it.
is. It's cleansing.
Coming together nicely. This now. Nicely. Cool. Oh, that one can't have one because it's got that there. So.
Sorry, Sally, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I've changed my ways. I was living in the tiniest little space in my bless me, in my craft
Did you
room.
say igloo? Igloo.
No, I was sneezing.
Oh, sorry. What you said in my little igloo?
No, that was me sneezing. No, I had the tiniest bit of space because I had so much stuff in my room. Oh, I got the sneezes. And it was ridiculous. And I couldn't be as creative as I wanted to be. And I couldn't find everything that I needed when I needed it because there just wasn't the room for it. And so then, I actually had to go and buy myself another of a couple of things that I just couldn't find, which when I sorted my room out, then I found these things. And that now I've had a really good clear out. And big thanks to Leanne, actually, because she came over and helped me. But now I can find things, and I've even got space. And it is a little bit different for me because I get sent things to make things with. So I might get a little bit more stuff than the average crafter. But just having that space and being able to find things is it's amazing.
I've got to do my room of doom because then I could get back to filming in there.
Yeah. That's the thing as well.
Yeah, because everything, it goes on stop for me at the moment. And it's not good.
No, it's not. It makes such a difference. And when you know what you've got as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I know. Oh, bless her. I bet she does. No, it's really bad. And I had a load of boxes on my table downstairs that were waiting to go. And I caught myself and I nearly bought some of them back upstairs. So thank goodness someone came and took them away because they would have ended up back up here because it takes an extreme amount of willpower to just let it go.
It does.
But I'm glad I have.
It does. Totally with you there.
I'm glad I have, and I'm extolling the virtues of it every time I speak to people. Right,
extolling the virtues.
Yeah, it's a good phrase, that, isn't it?
Loving great, that's loving great.
Right, I like this.
Right, I've got some more little tag things, and I thought as a little, because we've all got stuff that we need to put. Oh, I've sat on it. That won't comfort. We've all got things that we need to sort of use, and we've had them printed, and I think they mix and match with others. Like this works brilliantly because it's got like that contradiction of how femininity was observed and seen and how it was supposed to be, and we've got these women fighting for it. It's not a political thing, it's just a juxtaposition. And when I'm doing a journal like this, I do it with a reason and a meaning, and to me it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to push my ideas on anyone else. I'm just thinking it has to make sense to me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I hope so, because I'm just rattling on otherwise. I'm just going to put, to break that up, it's got this great, I'm going to use it as a backing paper. I should really have glued it first, but hey ho. Just to break up that.
Yes.
Right, what I'm doing on this one is cut that there. Oh, I'm blooming loving this. Blooming loving
You
it.
happy?
Yeah.
Oh, Sue, have a clear out. You'll love it. You'll feel so much better for it.
I am loving this. I'm just loving it. Where's my other do for God? Oh, I see it that way, can I? Do for this, do for that. Put it in there. Come on. Yes! Done it.
Oh, well done.
Da, 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 da. Can't see the whole story of my life. There. Right. Oh, just get in there. It's too. Just rip it off. That'll do. I can't see. It's because it's fiddly. I'm going to cut it with scissors, that one. It's a bit round as well, so I'll stick a bit of that on. That made me laugh. Maybe shouldn't say it, but it sums it up really, because there was Haley, our wonderful Haley was on with Jodie, and they were all dressed up. They looked absolutely brilliant. And there was a special offer on tape pens. And I'm not having a laugh. I just think it was so funny because this is so true. And they were on offer, and she asked her, do you like them? And she said, actually, I don't get on with them. And the amount of people who've said to me that they don't get on with glue pens, and it took me ages to get into glue pens. But now, if they're there, I use them because I'm so mucky. I really am mucky, that they're a clean alternative for me. Otherwise, it's blooming all over the place. But yeah, it just made me laugh that last night when she said I can't get on with them. I do love it when people are truthful, you know.
Yeah, you've got to be straight.
But it was just, she said, no, sorry, but I can't get on with them. But, you know, like she looked like Mrs. Shrek with the green on. It looked brilliant. She looked brilliant.
No.
Right.
Who did I catch? I caught Dawn and Haley. They were dressed up like witches.
They're great, them too. Dawn's really good. When I went over to Crate and Craft before, she was so nice and helpful. And you find, judge as you find.
Absolutely.
You know, there are some people who won't melt. You get to meet them and they're horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they say that about stars, don't they? You get something like George Michael, very quiet, but that quietness wasn't a reflection of his personality, because he was such a kind person. He gave loads of his time and everything to charity.
Oh,
that's too much. That it's too nice and clean. This without adding that. Right, okay.
You're having a little witter to yourself there.
Certainly am. Fold your swine. Sorry. Yes, it looks absolutely atrocious now, but you get the idea. It all opens out with little tuck-ins and what-not. Right.
Tuck-ins and what-nots.
What-nots. What did I say that time on telly? Put it through your running machine. Stupid woman.
Oh, I don't know.
Instead of put it through your run it through your
You do have some wonderful turns of phrase.
You understand the language, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't, you're just looking at me like, what is she? Is she on drugs? Yes.
It's just, Lewisms, isn't it?
Oh yeah. That can't be there. That must be there. I go to sleep and imagine that you.
Oh, careful now, careful.
Oh, I'll do that out. Oh,
yeah, we get muted. We get muted if we start singing anything recognisable.
You can't recognise that, can you? So I'm not too bad.
Lou, they recognise my sing. If they can recognise something I'm singing, then
yeah. But you're like, as little Ferret says, you're the best singer in the world.
Well, yeah, but she is very biased.
Slightly. Right. This has been a pure labour of love. I have enjoyed every single minute of doing something I've had to really think about.
Burny fingers. Sorry, I'm just burning my fingers.
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, it's not enjoyable.
It's not.
It's not, and I should know better, really. Oh, heck, that's a nice one.
Yes. But it's right swine because you can't see acetate. You're faffing about.
Yeah, no, are you sure it's on there?
Exactly. I'm sat here thinking, now what's on and what's off? And then you put it down and you're searching for it. You're like, wait. Right, I've got some pieces.
Right, I want to do one more. My fingers are filthy. I'm covered in glue and gesso and paint.
Good.
Yeah, it's good afternoon, that, isn't it?
As it should be.
Oh, consummating monks was your finest moment yet, says Dawn Goodwin. Yeah, it was. It was very good.
Don't start. It was an accident.
It was very good, though.
It was an accident.
It was very good. It was very funny. And poor Nigel, he did well to keep it together.
It was an accident, that. I didn't mean to say. I just thought, right, it's where they don't have any more religious stuff.
Yeah, consecrated is the word that you would look at.
I said constipated at one point, so I apologise for that. Right. I am sort of getting there now. I'll need to stick that down a little bit at the top. chop those bits off. Why is that bit sticking? Get down, Shep. Right. So, chopping these bits off now. You know, when you look at something, you're making it, and it's got bits hanging off and sticking up, and it's only when you start cutting it down does it start to come together that you think, actually, it looks quite nice. Oh, mind you, I think I'm world's worst for that. And then it comes together at the end, but they have to wait right to end before they say, oh yeah, it's all right, that. No, it's like, what? I know Jane Telford tells me all the time. She looks at it, she goes, what's she doing? Oh, what's she doing?
I mean, Peggy's saying she's not seen somebody use acetate before.
Oh, right, that's cool.
To in the journal.
Well, hopefully, I'll do some pictures. I've not finished. I'll do some pictures of how it looks, but the main gist of it is to look sort of like floating, and you see it? It's got different levels. So that one there's got to be stuck down, and it's got like I've got to stick it down properly, but it's got like a stepper on it as well. So it all stands up and you can see it at different levels. But you don't have to have it at the same level. I've just put that to make it sort of cohesive. But I hope you're enjoying seeing me do that. It's something that people have done for ages. So it's not anything new, I must admit. Just going to put that on a little bit of that paper. I'm just loving the fact that everything coordinates. And the fact is, so open for me. I'm just arranging them rather than argue. I end up arguing with like stuff, saying, "Oh, that should be there, that should be there." I don't have to with this. It's all done for me. There we go. I think I'll do purple on the edge.
And Marcia says that your journal's full of flips and flaps, jigs
Well,
and Ujima flips.
And how's your father's?
Yeah.
This is the waist. So, as with most people, let's bang a bit of the waist on as well. Mind you, it's non-stick in it, so make sure you get the right side. There's a stick side and a non-stick side, so you got a bit of
No.
Haha. Excellent. I don't need that. I don't need that now. I'm going to put that one there.
I do find making flowers really relaxing.
I think everybody else agrees with you when they're watching you. They're just like, wow. Yeah, I'll stick that on there. You know what I mean? It's creativity is relaxing. You've just got to remember to do it and make sure that,
definitely.
like you said before, we're all too busy. Well, you're not. You shouldn't be.
No. Well, I think it's about making ourselves a priority sometimes. Oops, I just got a little bit carried away with the glue. So
That's what we don't do though. We tend to not do that.
Well, no, and I think I've said this to a lot of people recently, is, you've got to treat yourself and have your self-talk, you're in a monologue.
Yeah.
You've got to say what you would say to friends.
Yeah.
You've got to treat yourself like a friend and not like an afterthought.
You're right, you do.
Because it's not
Everyone
good.
else
It's
comes
not good
first.
for you. Yeah,
like
and there's that whole thing of you can't pour from an empty jug is very true, and you can't.
It's if you're looking after others as well.
Yeah.
If you're not well yourself, how can you look after others?
Yeah,
You've
got to look after yourself so that you can be the best that you can be.
Yeah, for others. If you're a carer, used to,
Oh, especially if you're a carer, my goodness, you really need to be, giving yourself some love. Right, let's have a look at these bad boys. We are getting there.
Ah.
Doopy doopy doo. Marcia's feeling inspired by us now.
Oh, cool.
That's
good.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Because we all get, to a point where, it's like, can't be bothered. Got to do this, got to do that.
Definitely.
And what you were saying about taking time for yourself, this is what you want to do now. And that's good. This is not something I would do every day. This is for me. This isn't for anyone else. I'm not being rude, but I'm not doing it for Sally either, or relatively thoughtful. I'm doing it for me. And that's very creative when you do it like that for yourself. It really does work better. So that one's more or less done there. This I need the plastic on. Or do we need plastic? I don't need plastic on them all, do we? Ignore me.
No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm enjoying the wittering.
Right, I'm going to stick that down because I think that looks better over there. Stood up. Does no one else do this, or is it just me?
I think I'm enjoying it because it's, I do it. I think most people do it. Have a little discussion with yourself to decide where you're going to put things.
I'm having a proper chat though.
That's right.
A proper chat.
That's right.
Trying to cut acetate, silly woman. Yeah, it's answering back as well.
Wow. Saving anybody else the bother.
I think you might. I don't know whether I'm going to do that now, but I would perhaps put another piece of acetate because being a bit tight here. I need that construction stuff from Highlight Crafts though. I think I might put some on that because that stuff that I saw David weight use it. Oh goodness me, it was brilliant, and it stood up because when I helped Stephanie out that day doing the 2 Red Robins, it was brilliant because I got to see, you know, like stuff I don't get to see on the telly, and it was brilliant. So that's what I mean. You'd love it. It's really cool stuff.
I do like a bit of acetate.
Oh yeah, can't beat a bit of acetate.
No, you can do clever things with a bit of acetate.
Yep, you can't. No, have I done it too short? No. That's it. So you can either add it like a book. So I'll quickly go through it like a book like that. I'm going to cut these down and tidy it up. You can have it like a note. See these? Just off, putting them down so they don't get in the way. But considering that there's no measurements or cutting or you know, this is all by eye. If you want to do it at home, you could make it really sort of the right sizes or anything, and so you can have it like that if you wish, or you can undo it and have a proper show you. Oh, it's broke. Oh, it's broke.
Oh no! Dawn forgot to put the roast beef and spuds in. Because she's been relaxing with us, so she's going to pop back in a bit.
Dinner's late.
Karen Halbert says you get the answers you want when you talk to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Michelle Moore saying that she's cared all of her life.
It's difficult. You don't know. I mean, it's quite difficult that because you don't know anything else.
No.
And it's I'm not going to get these on the sewing machine, so I'm just going to chop them out like this, willy-nilly.
Is that which you would use normally?
Well, I have a little trick, but I'm going to keep that little trick for myself. But yeah, you could use a sewing machine, stitch it with no thread in it, and it creates perforation.
Yeah.
But no, I have a little trick.
Are you saving that for a workshop?
I am.
Good on you.
You know it, but so I've got those. They might be a bit big. I'm not worried about these being neat because I'm just going to bob a bit of colour on them. But these are just an accent to bring out the colours. So I'm looking. I printed these on the gloss as well. Come on. So I've got these as well here. Just leaving a little bit of a slither. Do you know what else I used to do when I was cutting? Don't know if anyone else does this. Press too hard, and instead of letting the knife do the work,
you
know what I mean? I'd be there, psycho, and then there is I let the work. You know, some people don't like cutting on glass or whatever, but it's whatever floats your boat.
Absolutely. Oh, I got a plug in. Hang on, my battery's running low.
So I'm just going to marry these up.
Oh, there we go. Let's get plugged in. Oh, and I just turned my machine on by leaning on it. There we go.
We use that one. That's another thing. I know you do it because we talk about it, but using
What's that?
packaging, there's some great pictures on the packaging. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I always use packaging. Always. Every time. You can, there's always something you can do with the packaging.
And by just clipping the edges off, I've now got a photograph.
Well, that's nice.
And if I hadn't have done that, like an idiot, and ripped the page, I'd have had another one there. These are the little tricks that when I started really helped me.
Yeah.
Because once I saw someone doing stuff like this, I was like, oh, I could do that. Weird, like waiting for permission.
Well,
just try it. I get asked that a lot. I know you do. Can you do? Well, just try it. Don't ask, do it. Do you get that? You do, don't you?
Yeah, I get asked lots of things like that. Yeah. And I don't mind at all. I'm very happy if anybody ever wants to ask me anything. I'm very happy to answer the best I can. It's not a problem.
That's why when you said about the Leanne being in touch with the chemist, stuff like that, that's really good because that's what you need. I know Stephanie is really interested in making sure everyone knows about cadence, but not only knows about it, but properly knows how to use it.
It's important, isn't it? It's important to know how to get the best out of products. It's all very well buying them.
Exactly.
And it's nice to have demos and all the rest of it. But if you don't have people showing you how to get the most out of them,
exactly,
it's you're only getting half of the picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another plug. If anybody is interested, there's a workshop available from Highlight Crafts, but I've also got one that I did with Rachel on Mixed Media and stuff on Etsy, which is available. But yeah, the Mixed Media stuff is really it's really important to experiment, but use what you've got and make the most of it rather than having to keep buying everything new. You can't afford to do that. I don't know many people who can anyway.
No, indeed.
You could use 3D foam on these, but I'm not using that. I'm using this. So. It's got enough on it.
Right, I've nearly got my flowers done. And then I can put this thing together. Oh, come on now, behave yourself. Last one. Last one. Oh, my. anyone else. It's true, Marcia, it's true. But if you're not looking after yourself, you can't look after others. So that's when it becomes important to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah,
Because what happens if you're not okay?
you've got no chance of looking after others if you're not all right.
Absolutely. So it's a really important habit to get into, and it's really good role modeling to your children and grandchildren, whatever. Well, actually say sometimes, well, actually, no, I need some time for myself. Oh, I just really burnt my finger. That hurt.
I think you've got to tell them that it's important that you have that time, haven't you?
Yeah. And then they learn as well that it's okay for them to say, I need some time. You're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them as well. And it's going to mean that you've got more energy then to do the things that you want to do.
But if you're a woman, man, doesn't matter, who doesn't stick to it, you really have to stick to it, because if you don't, you'll slip back to old ways of
easily.
And then other people will think, oh well, I'll just go and ask. Well, no, you can't just ask. And that's you've got to stick to it, and that's hard when somebody's crying or when you know that you've not done your potatoes. But yeah, you've got to that's the hardest bit, I think, is sticking to it.
Yeah, every time. Every time, and I'm terrible myself for it. I'm terrible.
Yeah,
but it is important. Right, let's get these out of the way. Yeah, it's always easy to say. It's always easy to tell other people what you think that they should do.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. Always good advice to others.
Well, we need to take the advice that we'd give to other people, don't we? That's the trick.
What is it? Some of your own medicine, innit?
Yeah. Right, so let me unplug this glue gun before I do myself a mischief. Right.
Are you having a look at yours? Oh.
Some leaves. I need to come that way a bit. There we go. So I've done my flowers and my leaves, and I'm going to put it all together now.
Yeah, I'm just finishing that
card. Now I wanted a little bit. I do quite like putting just a little bit of book page. So I'm going to put that about there, I think. I mean, it's not anything in particular. And I'm using this Pentel Express glue. And I say this every week because it's true. It's a fantastic adhesive. It's one of the best I've used. And Leanna's got it on at the best price I've seen on the market. She says that she puts it on that price because she gets it for a good price, and she likes to share that with everybody else. But it is the cheapest I've seen it anywhere. So it is well worth stocking up on. So just pop in some little bits of this book page. There we go. And then I want to get a bit of cardboard for some height. And I know I've got a bit of cardboard in here somewhere. Yes. Oh. You all right there with us?
Yeah. I'm just trying to tidy up a little bit. We've made a right picture of everything. But yeah, I just want to straighten up because then I can see what I've got and if I've got anything left. You know, I've even found some glue papers which I've not used for years. Those stick-its, they're great. You know, pages of glue.
Yeah.
I've used them for ages. I found it, and it was pure pleasure to use them. I'm like, wow, forgot about them. And you just press them down. I've got a little rolling machine that does it as well.
Oh.
Years old. I bought it from Craig Craft about 9,000 years ago. Well,
So I just put some
exaggerated
cardboard on the back there. And let's get some. Oh, I do love sisal. I've got a sisal problem. I do love it.
That's a sisal problem, eh?
Yeah, put it ever on, and I can't help it. If it stays still, it gets a bit of sisal.
You get sisaled.
Yeah.
I like that. Used to do it when I was a kid in my first flat. If you stood still, you got sponged.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't mean like a bed bath. I mean like you'd be there with paint, like 9,000 colours of paint, all being sponged onto the wall. I remember Mum used to always comment on me sponging. That was my first dabble.
That funny story that you told me about the plant growing.
Oh, my mum. Oh,
yeah.
She had a little flat, and on the stairs, it was really boring stairs, and they had some what they call flat back 1930s plant holders, and they're sort of flat on the back and they hang on the wall, and it was in the shape of a fleur-de-lis. So I thought I really like this Art Deco Silvac stuff that collects. So I want it on the wall, so I put it on the wall, and I thought, what am I going to do? Oh, I know, I'll do some ivy. So I stenciled this ivy on, and it looked really nice. And then I put a bit of detail on it because it just looked like I'd stenciled it. And I thought, no, I want it to look a bit better than that. So I put some stenciling on it. And it was great. And my mum came and she said, oh, I like that. She says, it's great. So a couple of weeks later, she came back. She went, oh, and she looked a bit weird and a bit perturbed. And I says, what? So I said, nothing. She come away. Another week passed and she comes again. Right, I've got to ask you, but is that plant growing? And what I'd been doing is I'd been adding to the ivy every week. So as she's coming down, she's not realising that I painted more on. She thought she was losing her marbles because she's thinking, it weren't that big last week. It weren't that big. And I didn't tell her. Seriously, she didn't want to ask me because she thought she'd look stupid. She didn't want to ask me in case she thought she was losing her marbles. But it was me going in every week painting a bit more.
Funny.
And she's like, I didn't think of it at first, but then afterwards I thought, oh no, that is funny. That is really, my poor mother. I don't want to mention it because he might put me away. We used to call it when we was a kid that somebody got rid of you, they'd put you in an home. Not that there's out wrong with that at all, but that just used to be a figure of speech. It's not a great one, but that's what she said to me. I thought your dad was, asked your dad, he might have put me in an home. And I thought, cool. So, because that's just a figure of speech in Manchester. I'm sure it's a figure of speech in other places. You just have to be careful.
Oh, yes.
PCs and all that rubbish. No, shouldn't say rubbish. It's good, but shut up. Just shut up. Oh, no more, shut up.
You're all right, Lou. You're all right.
It's dark here. It's gone really dark.
Yeah, it is dark. Right, let's have a few more leaves, I reckon.
Right.
I'm done. I'm nearly done.
The other equipment I really like is Phil Phil Collins is. No, Phil Martins. Phil Martins
Phil
got.
Collins.
Well, he might have a good pair of pliers. I don't know, but these are great. He's got a full set with pointy ones, but they're dangerous. They're really dangerous. Very good, but very pointy. They are.
Yeah, mine are very sharp as well. I think I don't know. They're not made with me in mind, that's for sure. Because they are very sharp.
See, that might look
and
nice,
I
but it's too
frequently
much
give myself a poke.
I can't, but I think it needs something else. This needs working on, but the basis of it is here. The bones, the bare bones. Bones and
Let's
bones.
get some.
Dry bones and bones and bones. Dry bones. Oh, stamping, I know. Put a bit of stampage on. I'll use that one, I think.
That's
Quite nice. That's it. Don't be frightened of stamping. Obviously, depending on what you're doing and where you're doing it, but don't be frightened to stamp with out of block. If you just want texture in the background, it really doesn't matter. Seriously, just get your colours, and you can see, I can hardly see it when it's there. I'll bring it up. It's there, but it's just like what it's for in the background. So I'm just going to put a bit on my ribbon. Just see the writing through it, maybe not. It's got a nice little. So I think I need some more on that. But I think I'd put it through a stencil. So I ain't got sponge. Spongy sponge. This won't work, I don't think it's. No. I'm not going to get sponge now because I'll be here forever faffing.
Right. Well, there we go. That's mine done.
Right. Come on, let's reveal.
I don't know. I might put another. No, not going to. Not going to. I like it like that.
Right, let's have a reveal.
Go on then.
Oh,
Da, da, da. Can you get it? Is it in there? Yes. There you go. I got my little. That's my ribbon at the top.
right. My ribbon's here.
And
So
I'm all done.
I need a few bits on mine, but the idea has worked. So
Hang on. Let me get me.
am I still here? Come back, come back. I don't know if I'm still here or not. Well, shall I show you? Are we still here?
You're there. I just took myself off the screen a minute so that you can go through your book. Okay, you there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, there's no.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna remove myself from the stream a minute just so you can do your book.
Just go on to one. That's it. So the front of it is just a plane, which I'm going to add to. So the idea is it's like a free floating book. So you can use it as a journal, which I've not finished yet. So I've got the images from the pack. I've got my own little image. I've got some stamping in here in the greens and the purples. I've thought about them being back to back, and they've all got an acetate topper on. That one hasn't because it doesn't really need it. But there's some little steppers in here now. So this is like a stepper. So we'll flip it over. So when you're thinking of it, you've got like two sides you can use. And they just sort of sit on top of each other and unfold and fold. So you can have it stood up and just see through. It's a bit hard to see, but you get to see that it stands up and it's sort of floating. I need to stick that down there, sort of floating like that, and then it just folds up. So the way it's done is that if you want to, you can fold up that side like that and just have it like a book like that. So you've got options, and that sort of is a book like that. But then if you undo it, you've got a big concertina. Right, I hope that is okay. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Something that's for me and it's treasured. It'll go very nicely with the one I did 25 years ago. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Can we see yours now, Rach, please?
Yes, yeah, here it is. And thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, so I've done it's an MDF tag with some decoupage cream rice paper. And then I've used one of the Zuri molds.
Yeah.
Which I've painted, obviously. And then I've just made some flowers using that lovely flower dye.
That's stunning. That's stunning. So much. I mean, I've learned so much from the Fulminaria flowers and stuff, whatever they're called. Fulminaria. That foam flower stuff.
That flower stuff. Let's call it that flower stuff, because that works for me as well. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed that this afternoon, and I think
thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you for coming. And it won't be long now, and I think Leanne will be announcing the winner of the Lady Vagabond competition. Yeah, we've been running a Lady Vagabond challenge for people to use the Lady Vagabond products and post in the group. And there's a fab prize for that. And apart from that, well, Leanne will be back next week because she's visiting with Iveta at the moment. So she'll be back next week. And so will I. So anyway, thank you very much. It was really lovely. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, don't forget, it's come and have a look on Mindful Mixed Media as well, and we'll do where we do our lives. But big thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Leon, for having me. Thank you very much, my lovely friend Rachel. You've been amazing. Thank you, everybody. I've loved it. Thanks, guys. I hope they invite me back. You never know. Thanks, Rachel.